Okay, check this out. So we have our site here. Everything I'm about to show you, you have access to already. If you're a spreadsheet warrior, you pay for the Microsoft 365 suite or your company pays for it, you have access to Excel to make your spreadsheets. That means you also have access to SharePoint to do what you see I'm doing here. None of this is customized. This is just SharePoint itself, and I'm using all of SharePoint's out of the box features to do this. So, what you see me doing, I just want you to get your wheels turning and start to think, okay, well, if I have SharePoint at work, I can do this at work too. That's what I'm really trying to drive home here, while also talking about one of my favorite TV shows ever. All right, so we got the cast members right here. You know what I mean? We got the little blurb right here. Meet the cast. Did that over there. Then you can put an event calendar area, you know what I'm saying? So upcoming dates, I got the premiere date. That's tonight, premiere date, day 2. Then we got the season finale on October 13th. You know, all basic stuff. You get to do this with your, whatever department you work in, or you could do it for the whole entire company. It all depends. Anyway, you can put a button here that says meet the cast. That's what I did. Or you could put a link on the side, or you can move this whole entire navigation up to the top and put your navigation up top. We're going to leave it the way it is, and let's meet the cast. Actually, we're not meeting the cast. If you're watching this video, you probably already know who the cast is, but we are going to talk about them. Okay, here's a page that I created so that I could look at each cast member so I could look at each player. So I could look at each player and give my thoughts. And what you see here is a page that I have actually not put inside of the navigation. The site is never really done. You can set it up just to get going, but you can always make edits. So I've made this page, but real quick, I'm going to click edit over here. I am going to add this page underneath thoughts, actually, because this is like the thoughts I'll be giving from week to week. So thoughts, and then I'll say this is interview reactions. Hit OK. But I want it underneath thoughts. So I'm going to say make a sublink underneath thoughts like that. Then I hit save. And then you see thoughts has a little arrow underneath it now. So I click that arrow, hit interview reactions. And I end up right here. So I'm really giving thoughts on cast interviews. So you know what? Here, let me edit that. Because I like things to be in uniform so people don't get confused. So if it starts cast interviews, then I'm going to change this to say cast interviews. Then hit save. So I got my thoughts, but underneath thoughts, I have cast interviews. And then you got to imagine as the time goes on, I'm going to go like week 1, week 2, week 3, like that. So first of all, let's just go down the line with each of these players. So Angela Murray. I said that she's a real estate agent and she's older. I feel like this is a good thing for her, but I think she'll do good. But I don't really got no strong opinions of her just yet. Right now, I'm just like, she's a real estate agent and she deals with people. Maybe, a lot of times we put a lot of emphasis on people's what is it, on their occupation, but then it turns out to not really mean anything. Because who knows? What if she was only a real estate agent for like a month or 6 months and she's just now getting that off the ground? I don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? She said she was like busting out of her shell. So we'll see. We'll see how she does. No strong opinions of her just yet. Although me and my wife pick our people at the beginning of the year, and she has picked Angela for her winner. So we'll see. All right. Now I got Quinn. So I said, I don't know what's going on here. Quinn's interview was interesting. What stood out to me the most was the I'm a rat comment. That was interesting. And it's like I want to believe, but I don't know if I do. I want to believe, you know what I'm saying? If it's true that she or he feels like a rat, then this is going to be good for the game because I also think Quinn might be the first person I find annoying. Leah. Leah, first of all, looks like Britney. It's crazy how Leah looks like Britney. But she seems so we were making a joke like she's dead on the inside. There's nothing there. I don't see anything beyond her eyes. I don't know what to think of her. I was just like, she seems like she has no personality, is a possible mean girl because she says she like talking bad about people or something like that, and won't really make any waves. That's what I think. And also seemed like she knew nothing about the game. I believe she was like saying that she just started watching the game or watched a season or two. I can't remember. That's why I should have took notes during the interview. Um, let's go with Tucker here. So you can notice that I can select two things and multiple items will come up here, multiple related items, but I only want to see one at a time. So this is Tucker. And Tucker, I said Tucker's interesting. I don't know if he'll do good. I like his cooking strategy, except all the cooks never have a part two game. Cooking will carry you, but you also need a game outside of that. He seems to think that cooking is the only strategy he might need. I disagree. I think that you need to be able to use cooking as part of your game, but obviously your social game is the most important part. And you can use cooking as part of your social game, but you also need to shift into a different gear once you get to a certain point in the game. Maybe he's not thinking that far ahead, but we'll see once he gets in there. I always like a good cooking strategy. Never opposed to that. All right, after Tucker, so okay, I had a lot to say about Kenny because Kenny's my pick. Big reveal. So I said, this is my pick. He's giving me all the right vibes. All of the shady things he needs to do, I can easily see him doing it. I also see him making an alliance with Angela, the real estate agent, because they're both the older folks in the house. I don't see him being carried in an alliance. If he's in one, he'll lead it. And I think he'll know how to interact with people without coming off as a D-bag. But I still think two things might jack him up. One, if he can relate to the younger people, if he can't relate to the younger people / people of color, and two, if he looks like an authoritative figure, and this might cause some people not to work with him because it can come off as unlikable. So, let's hope for the best. All right, so Lisa is out there, and I wrote, I wonder if all of her weirdness will shed itself and we'll see the real her. I like that she runs a business. This means that she knows or should know how to take charge. Possible sleeper, but I'm not giving her that much credit. All right, so I think his name is Chemo. Uh, I might be saying that wrong, but let's say Chemo. I was like, yo, this guy is so over the top. He'll go far because he'll be liked, but I don't know if he'll turn the jets on when necessary. Seems too nice to lead and make tough decisions. Also, it was really weird. I was like watching his interview and I kept mocking him because he would throw his hands up and then make a noise and hit his lap. Watch his interviews again. He kept doing that. It was over. It was a whole thing. All right, Mackenzie. I don't have a good read on her. She seems like she might be able to be a good leader, but that's all I'm getting, which is important. That's all I got for right now for Mackenzie. I'll just keep selecting. All right, Brooklyn. Okay, I said Brooklyn's a joke. That was a bit much. But what I mean is that she thinks she can bring her mom vibe into the house. That's only going to get her so far. I don't see her lasting long. She knows how to play the game of life, but Big Brother is the game of life plus more. And I don't think she has the plus factor. And the reason I said this is because I wish, again, I should have wrote it down. But something she said, or a few things she said, made me think, man, she could be good if she didn't think that or didn't plan to do that. And I can't remember what it was, but I just, she I know she wants to be the first married mom to win the game and all that, which would be dope, but I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? She might even be the one who might try to do the start an all girls alliance, but won't have the right players to go along with her. I don't know, man. I don't see her lasting, or maybe she will. Maybe like midpoint she might get there, and then out the door. Anyway, let's go on to Matt. So I like Matt, but I don't know that I like him to win. He seems to be a thinker, and I like that he's a fan, but I'm not feeling like he'll really take it and run with it. I know I said Joseph might be a sleeper. I didn't get to him yet. My bad. That's the guy with the stash, the poker player. But I'll give it to Matt too. He might be another sleeper. He didn't give me any reason to write him off. So that's where I am with Matt. Let's talk about Chelsea. So I said Chelsea seems cool, but I don't think she's gonna have it in her to backstab and lie and all of that. She won't lead an alliance either. She's gonna get carried and eventually swept out the door. Unfortunately, because I like her. She seemed cool. My guy Joseph here. So I said video store clerk. I don't believe that he's a video store clerk. Where are you a video store clerk? But he also said he's a poker player. And if anyone is a sleeper, I'll say it's him because I have zero faith in this guy, to be quite honest. Nothing he said made me think, oh man, he's gonna be that guy. At least I can't remember. Uh, And I also said I don't think he'll go far. But if I'm wrong about anybody, I think it'll be Joseph. I think he's not giving me enough, which is a good thing because you save it for the house instead of, playing all your cards out, even in front of America during the interviews. Cedric. For Cedric, I said if he tries to play anything other than that little brother or unaware, respectful little kid, I don't see him going far. I think he should use that going forward. If he wants to take that role on, use it, but then eventually change pace when it's time to get cutthroat. You got to be able to do that. I know he's a Marine. It kept saying former Marine, which is crazy. And the reason I say that's crazy is because Marines don't normally say that they're former Marines. They just say once a Marine, always a Marine. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he'll be able to take that experience with him and use it in the house either. He's 21. Usually, unless you're amongst a bunch of other young people, you just can't. I don't see you fighting through that and then really doing anything with that. Rubina. So Rubina seems cool, but doesn't stand a chance in Big Brother, like zero. Because she's the type to be okay with being evicted and also believes there's a wizard power that would bring her back after being evicted. I'm not even trying to play her. Rubina seems cool, but I don't see it happening for her. Takor. I think it's pronounced Takor. So Takor, I said, I don't think I have a good read on her. She seems smart and will understand people, but might not know exactly how to wield that information. She might grow on me throughout the season, though. So I'm not going to totally write her off. And then my guy Cam right here. Cam said, I said he seems cool, but I don't see him making it far on his own. That's all I got on Cam. Although he could be another sleeper. Who knows?